Hello students, this is CA Prachi Rustagi and welcome back to one of the video lectures of Accountancy class 11. So in the previous few lectures we have learnt about the various accounting basics, and now today we are going to learn about the various accounting terms, or we also call it as accounting terminology. See, in business enterprises or in the world of business, the accounts has its own language. So you should understand the various words or the terms which are used in business when you do the accounting. So let's start. The first word is business transaction, or the term is business transaction. A business transaction can only be recorded in the accounts of a business enterprise. So let's go through the 4 features of a business transaction, or when you call a transaction a business transaction. First of all, the business transaction should involve an economic activity. That means it should result in exchange of value. Suppose paying the rent of your factory, purchasing the raw materials, paying salaries to your employees. These are all economic activities which are related to business. The next feature is it can be external or internal. So the business transaction can be external. When it is termed as external, when it is between two different business entities. Suppose there is X Limited, and X Limited is a business, and they purchased some goods from Z Limited. So the transaction has happened between two business enterprises, that is X Limited and Z Limited. So this is an external business transaction. Internal business transaction are the transactions which does not happen between two different enterprises. It happens between the same business enterprise, like depreciation of fixed assets. Let's go to the third feature, that is changes in the it changes the financial position of the business. Every business transaction has an impact on the assets, liabilities or capital. It can impact any of the three or two of the three. It can impact when a business transaction takes place. So it changes the financial position of the business. The fourth is it is expressed in terms of money. So you have already learned that a financial transaction should be expressed in terms of money. So similarly, when you want to record a transaction in your business, it should be expressed in terms of money. Then and only you can record it in your accounting system. The next term is event. So event is a consequence or result of a business transaction. So some business transactions takes place, and because of those business transactions, there is a result or there is an impact, right? So let's understand this with the help of an example. So suppose there are these 3 transactions. Suppose you started a business and you invested some money in your business, right? You started a business, you need money, so you started the business with rupees 5 lakh, right? Then out of that 5 lakh, you purchased some goods which were worth rupees 2 lakh, right? And further, you sold those goods to the customers for 2 lakh 10,000. So these are 3 different transactions, business transactions, which have taken place in the business. Now let's understand that what's the result of these 3 business transactions, or what is the impact of these 3 business transactions. So the events are that it has resulted in a change in your cash balance, obviously, and it has also resulted in a profit in your business. So the cash is now 5 lakh 10,000, because 5 lakh you invested, 2 lakh you purchased the goods. So I have subtracted rupees 2 lakh from 5 lakh, and then again you sold the goods. So when you sell the goods to somebody, the customer pays you the money. So you have added back this cash of rupees 2 lakh 10,000. So now the new cash balance is rupees 5 lakh 10,000. The profit which you have, which have incurred is that 2 lakh 10,000 of sales is there, and you have purchased the same product for rupees 2 lakhs and you have sold it to the customer for 2 lakh 10,000. So you have earned rupees 10,000. So this 10,000 is your profit, which is a result of purchase and sale separately, right? So now I hope you have understood both the concepts, that what are the transactions and what is an event. Let's go to the third concept, which is account. So account is basically a place or a place in the ledger system in which you record the similar transactions together. Suppose you have paid rent or you pay rent to your factory owner every month, right? You pay that rent. So every month you record that rent in one account. You record all the transactions related to cash in the cash account. And suppose you have purchased some goods from Mukesh and you purchase those goods every month from Mukesh. So you will make a separate account for Mukesh and you will make a separate account for purchases. So for all the similar type of transactions, you will make separate accounts for all the items. So an account is a T-shaped format. As you can see, it has a format of T shape and it has two sides, which is debit side, which is on the left, and the credit side, which is on the right of the account. So these debit and credit are two sides of the account. They are not plus or minus. You can say as that debit and credit are two sides of an account. So now let's move forward to the next term, that is capital. So suppose you have started a cafe business, right? And for that you have purchased a small place where you will open your cafe. So that place costed you rupees 5 lakhs, and then you purchase the equipment in the kitchen and the furniture for rupees 2 lakhs. So you have invested, you had some savings and you invested that money in your business. So that is your own money. You are the owner of the business or the proprietor of the business, and you have only invested that money in the business. So the money which is invested by the owner is known as the capital of the business or capital in the business, right? Let's move forward to the next concept, which is drawings. So suppose you have a furniture business, right? So now you are doing the business and now you require a table for your house, and that is for your personal use, right? So what you do is you take one table from your business and you put it in your house and you use it for your personal purposes. So that is known as drawings. Or suppose you wanted to purchase a television for your home, not for your business but for your personal use at your homes. So what you have done is you have withdrawn rupees 2 lakhs from your business and you purchased a TV or television for your home. So that amount of rupees 2 lakhs is known as drawings. So when the owner of the business withdraws or takes out some money or amount in the form of the goods, it is known as drawings. The next concept is liability. So this is the last concept we'll be doing today. So liabilities refers to any amount which the business has to pay to the outsiders, right? First you understand the basic meaning of liabilities, then we'll move forward to the types of liabilities. So suppose you have purchased, I have given this example previously also. Suppose you have purchased some raw material from somebody for rupees 30,000. Right, you have got those goods of rupees 30,000. Now for that raw material you right now have only 10,000 rupees. So you paid 10,000 to that person and you told him that you will pay the remaining 20,000 after 1 month or after 15 days suppose. So for 15 days or 1 month it will become your liability, because you have taken the goods or you have taken the raw materials but you have not paid the amount yet. So it becomes a liability for the business, because business has not paid the remaining amount of 20,000 to the supplier, right? Or I can give you some other examples also. Suppose you were supposed to pay the electricity bill by 5th of every month. So in 1 month you forgot to pay the electricity bill of your factory. So it becomes a liability because you have used the electricity for the whole month. The bill also has been generated by the electricity board and you were supposed to pay it by 5th of every month. So suppose for August month you have forgot to do the payment of electricity. So until and unless you pay the amount, it will become a liability for the business because you have used the resources but you have not paid the amount for it. So these are few examples of liabilities. Now let's move forward and learn the different types of liabilities. See, liabilities can be divided into internal and external. So internal liability, the example is capital. So I have already told you that when the owner invests some money in the business, it is known as capital. So capital is an internal liability for the business because business and the owner of business are two separate things. Please remember in accounts, whenever you are doing accounting, that business and business owner are two separate things because of which, or two separate entities because of which we record it as capital. We show that business में invest किया है owner ने इतना amount and this capital the business has to return it back to the owner when the business ends, right? Or when the business winds up. So an internal liability is capital because that needs to be paid back to the owner. The external liabilities are liabilities like suppose you have taken a loan from a bank, right? So that is an external liability because they are not related to your business, they become your creditors. So you need to pay back that loan amount plus you need to pay back the interest amount also. So this becomes your external liability because some other entity is also concerned in this transaction. It is not between the owners and the business. It is between the business entity and some other entity as well. So suppose again you have purchased goods, आपने किसी से क्रेडिट पे सामान लिया है. क्रेडिट का मतलब क्या होता है? आपने किसी से उधार पे कुछ सामान खरीदा है. So that amount you need to pay back, right? So it becomes an external liability, or the supplier will be known as your creditor. Now moving forward, the external liabilities are further divided into current liabilities and non-current liabilities. So these are basically divided on the basis of that when you have to return the money, after how much time you need to return the amount, or you need to pay the amount to your creditors. So external liability is divided first into current liability. So current liability are the liabilities which you need to pay within 1 year, राइट? एक साल के अंदर जितनी भी अमाउंट आपको पे करनी है वो उसको जो आउटसाइडर्स को पे करनी है, वी कॉल इट एज करंट liabilities. Suppose you purchase some goods and you have to pay the amount later on within 15 days or within 1 month. तो ये जो period है 15 days या 1 month का, it is shorter than 1 year, so it is known as current liability. Moving forward, non-current liability. Non-current liabilities are the liabilities which you can pay after 1 year, or which you need to pay or obligated to pay after 1 year, or for you have a long period to repay it. Suppose आपने बैंक से लोन लिया, you have taken a loan for rupees 5 lakh and you have the terms and conditions of the loan are that you will repay the loan in 3 years. So 3 years is more than 1 year. So this is a non-current liability because it will take you 3 years to repay that amount of rupees 5 lakh to the banks or the financial institutions from where you have taken the low. So it's a non-current liability. So these are the few terms which we have learned today. We have learned what a business transaction is. We have learned what an event is. We have learned what an account is. We have learned about capital drawings, and we have also learned about the liabilities and its types. So see you in the next class with some more accounting terms. Thank you so much.